Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
What's the matter? I, for one, am very excited today. This one, she's a little bit nervous. Why is that, my love?
Because we're going sailing for the first time.
Because we're going sailing. Just the three of us. We're putting the sails up. No questions asked.
And then you're making me anchor out on top.
and then we're going to anchor out for at least 2 nights, probably?
Yeah.
Hi there. I'm Matt, and this is my wife Kim, and our daughter Aria. And we have decided to become live-aboard sailors. I know, we're nuts, but we think we're in good hands.
Steer the boat to starboard!
Anyway, that's what we're doing, so let's go sailing. Come on. You're not gonna be like this all day, are you?
No.
What's gonna make you get over it?
I don't know.
Oh, goodness me. All right, well, let's keep getting her done, I guess. She'll get over it eventually.
You want all the things ready.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to.
Ready? Okay.
So see how the nose is coming over already?
Yeah.
I would just throw that line aboard and get on. We're good.
Okay. Nose looks good.
Yeah, just bend that pole if we need to.
Looks good.
Whew. Have I ever got the nerves today? See you, John!
Unwrapping, it's tricky. Whoa.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I want to do this from out here.
Do you?
So I can see.
Except your tailings are outside though.
We're not really moving very much, huh?
What do you mean we're not moving?
We're kind of moving.
We're moving under sail for the first time
On our own?
ever.
Yahoo! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it, Daddy!
We did it, girls. We got 1 head sail out.
Now we gotta do this for 5 hours!
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
More probably.
Maybe more.
At this speed?
What are we doing?
2.8.
3 point. No, don't look at this.
don't
This
look
is
at that
speed through the
one.
water. This is SOG.
Oh, 3.8. You got 3.9.
3.8, that's not so bad. We did it! Let's put the other sail out. Winds are light. Hey, it's gonna start to go. Start straightening out.
Hey!
What are you doing now? 6.0, baby. 6.0.
Greg's words of advice are don't forget to practice reefing until it's muscle memory.
Can we get sail?
Yeah.
Me too. Look at how this girl's dressed. Look at this. It's like 20 degrees, like 15 or 18 degrees out here, and she's got a buff and a toque and a puffy and 2 pairs of long johns. It's bonkers.
Shoe pants.
She's making. I'm looking at this. I'm like, you can literally see I'm sweating just looking at her. Although I'm actually sweating because we just did a man overboard drill. So, for today's voyage, we're headed from Northwest Creek Marina to South River, just off the Noose, sorta across from Oriental, North Carolina. Look, there's Oriental, North Carolina. Supposedly that place is the sailing capital of North Carolina. But, we're not gonna go there this time. Or so we thought. The wind angle wasn't very good, and it was getting late in the day, so we motored the last few miles into South River. And that's when we heard the first sounds that would unfortunately set the tone for this trip. But we were greeted by this sunset, so we would all soon forget about the slight noise we had heard motoring in. Good morning, everybody. I just got out of bed and found my wee daughter sitting out here looking cute. Oh my goodness. It's so foggy. Look at that.
And then there's birds too.
The full moon is still out too. It was a full moon last night.
We're actually really close to a beach.
I know. That's why we parked here. What are you guys working on?
Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Different sorts.
I'm working on earrings, and I have no idea what gem to dangle on the
What
end.
kind of earrings?
These kind of earrings.
Did you make those?
Yep.
Aria, the jewelry designer.
I know.
It was time to go check out that beach next door.
See you, Mama.
We're going for a boat ride.
I'm not used to being this slow down.
We made it.
Somebody's definitely been missing.
Yeah. We made our first landfall. We're on a beach even. Look at that.
Your breakfast. Really cute.
There's home.
We could walk
Right there.
if we want.
Look at this.
The pond for a bit.
This place looks like a haunted tree almost.
Whoa, that's really cool. It's like a hollow tree.
Hollow?
This is hollow.
Ooh.
It doesn't have anything in it.
Oh, cool.
Alright, so it is the morning. It was kind of an eventful day yesterday, and we probably didn't do, actually I guarantee, we didn't do anywhere near as good a job filming as we should have. But yesterday, when Ari and I went over to the beach, we were over there on that side, and the winds picked up and got a little bit on the crazy side for a while, more than we were comfortable with. So we decided to move over here, which is basically just across the river. Like, I don't know, what is that? Maybe a kilometer, 800 meters, something like that. And we got almost all the way over here, and then we really started noticing something vibration-wise in the boat, and a sound that was going along with that. And I think it might have actually been something that we had heard even the day before when we were coming in off the Neuse River over there. We heard it at like high RPMs. There was like a I don't know, ticking, clunking would be an exaggeration, but something anyway. And when we throttled back, it seemed to go away, so we didn't think too much about it. All the noises on this boat are still new to us, so we're, still trying to figure things out. I suspect that there was something started then, that then got much worse when we motored across the river. I'm not sure if you can see it in the background or not. Right over here somewhere, there should be a channel marker right there. So we are actually sitting just outside of a channel, and we are sitting here because we had to deploy the anchor immediately because I think we lost all power. There was a serious clunking, a serious something or other happening. I'm not really too sure even what it was. I suspect that the prop might be bent, or there's a rope around it really badly, or we lost the prop because it started with the ticking like out there. When we had this boat hauled for the haul out, the prop nut and lock nut were just a shade loose, and the prop actually had a little bit of room to move on the shaft. All that stuff got adjusted when we were at the yard, but my lingering suspicion is that potentially there's still something not right there, and we maybe spat the key or destroyed the prop, or I don't know, something. So anyway, that was just right at sundown last night. There was a bunch of emotions, some tears on everybody's part. Just, it's all new to us. I would have liked this first, maiden voyage to have gone smooth, but it didn't. So, we're stressed a little bit about what it's going to cost to fix and what might be wrong, and hopefully there's no damage to the motor and all that kind of stuff, which I'm pretty sure there isn't. We've ran the motor a few times since then in neutral, and as long as we don't put it in gear, everything's fine. When we put it in gear, I'm not sure whether the prop's on a weird angle or is the prop shaft might be bent. Not too sure on a couple of fronts there. I can't see how we scooped up a rope. We were watching pretty good as we came across, but I don't know, anything's possible. So I am going to attach you to the end of the boat hook and try and get some kind of a visual on the prop without having to go in this water. Yeah, we're gonna see what the prop looks like. In the meantime, we're basically just hanging out here. We foolishly didn't sign up for sea tow immediately upon buying a boat. We have signed up for sea tow now, so it takes like 24 hours or something like that from the payment processing to when you can actually use it or not. I would like to have that as a backup plan. Actually, that's sort of the backup to the backup plan. This thing is probably the backup plan. I think there's a pretty good chance that we're going to end up hip tying the dinghy and using the using the outboard as auxiliary propulsion. Alright, so we're having a lazy day. We've had a lazy day. It's almost bedtime. Kim's coworkers, I believe, bought us the... No, was your sister? Or your coworkers?
A coworker.
One of Kim's old coworkers bought us this game called The World Game. We have no idea what it's about, but it has something to do with like countries and geography and that kind of thing. So, we're going to play our first game of it. We're just learning how right now. Good morning. It's another beautiful morning this morning, isn't it? So because we're new to all this, I stupid left the marina. I brought the generator. I brought the little adapter to connect the generator to the shore power cords so that we can use the generator to charge batteries. But for some stupid reason, because it's big and awkward and ugly, I left the shore power cords behind. We have two 30 amp cords that are like taped together. So it's kind of big and awkward. And I mean, it's like big, heavy, like I think 2-aught cable or something like that, maybe 0-aught cable. So yeah, I was like, well, I don't want to bundle all that up. We'll just bundle it up on the dock like we always do, which makes perfect sense when you go for a day sail. But it doesn't make any sense at all when you don't have anything else to plug directly into that special plug-in type that's on the side of the boat. So we can't use the generator to generate power, so we've been using the diesel to generate power with the dual alternators that are on there. So every so often, we have to fire up to generate power. I'm probably firing up more often than is necessary to generate power because we're also using the engine as essentially the furnace. I ran the motor last night in the middle of the night. The night before last, I ran the motor just before bed, and then I ran the motor again very, very early in the morning. And last night, I decided to try and change it up. We ran the motor in the evening, and then not before bed, and then got up at like 2 something and ran it then, but it was so cold. The boat and everything in it had cooled down so much because it got down to 3 degrees Celsius that it took hours for the ambient radiant heat from the heater as well as the motor to make any difference at all in the boat. So I'm probably going to change that up a little bit tonight again, back to the way it was the night before. But anyway, I'm out here in the beautifulness, running the motor for another hour or so. I'm just warming it up right now, and then I'll idle it up just a little bit so that the alternators are running a little harder. And our plan for today is to just hang out. Tomorrow we're going to go across to Oriental, which is just around that point right there on the far side of the river out that way. The wind's going to be coming from that direction, not today, but towards the end of tomorrow. So we want to be on the opposite side of the river so that the following morning we can pop the sails up and sail home. We'll sail back to Northwest Creek, and then we'll arrange a haul out and whatever, all that kind of stuff, and we'll figure out what the heck we're doing about this prop issue. I can't remember if I said or not, I did manage to get one of the Osmos underneath the boat yesterday, and there is definitely still a prop there. I can see the zinc, I can see the prop, I can see what I think are at least one, if not both, of the prop lock nuts. So I'm sort of suspecting that the key is the problem. I think maybe we might have spat or chewed up the key. Or something like that. I'm not really too sure. That's my guess. Only the future will tell. Stay tuned and we'll have an answer for that probably in the next episode or two. I think I covered all this the other day when I was talking about it, but I'm not sure if the sound was any good or not. So our plan for getting home obviously is to sail. I think I just said that. But what we're also going to do is we're going to use the outboard on the dinghy and hip tied to the boat for auxiliary power. If we tied on this starboard side on the corner here, then we should be able to use that as auxiliary power, one, to get us out this channel that's right here, which is kind of a tight little weird little dog leg thing, but also to get us into the tight little channel with the weird little dog leg thing that's over at Northwest Creek where we're actually from. So a little bit of experience with that on the one delivery that I did on the west coast. This motor is less tried and tested than I would like. The dinghy itself is less tried and tested than I would like. We're certainly not going to push it super hard. But if we can even just make a couple of knots out of the deal, then we're good to go. So yeah, that's the plan. Like I said, we'll actuate that plan tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
You'll have to come back next week to see if we make it out of there, or get back to our marina. Oh, and to find out what really happened to the boat. But in all seriousness, it really did feel like a pretty huge setback at the time. But what we couldn't really show in this episode was just how fantastic it was to take a little bit of an unplanned break from all the boat jobs and the selling of the trailer and all the other things that needed doing at home. It really was nice and relaxing to just kind of lay around on the boat for a few days with a feeling that there wasn't really a lot else we could do. Anyway, we'll see you next week for the conclusion of this voyage. Bye!